Welcome to the pregame show. How are y'all doing? It is Thursday, June 30th, 2022. You're at the pregame show with Shark Al Lori. It is 6:23 a.m. Mountain, 8:23 a.m. Eastern. Or like I like to say, it's thick 30. I've just been listening to Lizzo all morning. I'm obsessed with Lizzo. Who else is with me? I wish I could play her music. It's our like pump up music. So I'll get started officially in 7 minutes. So if you want to fast forward down here, if you're listening later in the day, it says 6:30. I'll get started with the indices, commodities, crypto movers and shakers of the day at that time. Between now and then, I'll do an audio visual check. I will chit chat with my friends, welcome them into the room, and answer a couple of chart requests. Good morning. Perfect, Rob. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get started up here. Night Truck and my man, Amara Asia. Buenos dias. Greg, Trainman, Lisa, Katie, Topher, BNTC. Yeah, hit the like button. Hey, Nursin, Anu, Matthew, Slow Devil. Thanks, Rob. Andre, Night Truck. Thank you. I appreciate that. Costco. Ricky Joe, Slow Devil. I've already said hi to a few of you. No, Lizzo. What, MG? MG, that's it. That's the end of our friendship. Hey, Roger. Ricky. Oh, and 5:30 a.m. Pacific time. That's right, Lisa. Hey, Cyber. I was dancing this morning listening to Lizzo. So my sister told me to watch that show Big Girls where she's looking for her backup dancers. And I watched it on the plane ride coming home from Asheville, and my husband says I was dancing on the plane, like I had my headphones on and I was dancing, and it made me go look up a picture. I have to show you. I mean, I guess I don't have to. I don't normally do this type of thing on the show, but there I was. I was dancing to Janet Jackson back in the day. Yes, I have brown hair originally before I just automatically became blonde, just automatically became blonde overnight. All right, that's my dancing story. Now let's do Neo before Ricky gets mad. Yep, PCE data this morning, pretty critical inflation data. Neo is still looking for a daily high or low. I had it on my list, Ricky, as a potential mover and shaker of the day. It's a mover and shaker every day, but as far as having a clear setup for y'all, I just don't have one. It's looking for a daily high or low, but how can I tell y'all to go long in this scenario? The market needs a substantial bounce to get this one going, but I just don't have a setup for you. I can't in good faith tell you to trade this in a certain direction because I don't have a read on it. UGC. Oh, IYR. Now I see yours, Joe. I'll do it next. Whoa. I haven't looked at CGC in a while. U52 week low. Yep. We have support over here at 242. 242. Did it have earnings? What happened? In this situation, for me, 52 week low, this is a short bounce situation. I can't go long here. It's already down 15%. RSI is extremely oversold. So I can't go short here because I'm shorting in the hole. But I have no reason to go long and no support nearby. So then the next logical step is to short bounces. Okay, I'll look at copper. It looks bad, Bennett. It looks so bad. It just looks terrible. I mean, I guess we still have a support here on this potential daily bear flag, but the dollar is demolishing metals. The dollar has no chill. None. And I actually wrote on my notes here on Bitcoin. When the house is on fire, highlight that. When the house is on fire, folks grab their dollars and run out the door. You're not going to sit there and grab your gold coin or your copper or silver or Bitcoin, which you can't physically grab. I guess you can if it's in a hardware wallet, but you grab the dollar. We are now in king dollar mode. That just shows you the fear that the world is in. We're in just pure grab the dollar mode. Now, copper will find a bottom eventually, but I don't see a sign of it happening anytime soon, Bennett. Just looks terrible. 349 is the next support here. Let me see if I can get another support on the daily below 364. Yeah, below 364, 34910. Yes, Tammy, the dollar needs to sit down. Sit down. What have you done for me lately? Love that, Costco. Bonjour, Maria. Oh, convertible notes issued, Matthew. Yeah. Then it's news related. Thank you for that, Matthew. So CGC, if this pummeling and this beating that it's taking is news related, RSI goes out the window. It doesn't mean as much. So it can go a lot lower than you think. And then puts are going to be elevated and premium this morning. So even buying puts, let's say you wanted to short it and see if it can go down further on this news. I mean, you're still going to be paying through the nose for premium, and then it just doesn't make any sense. I don't see how people trade that. People trade these names all the time and make a good living at it, but for me, that's more ninja type stuff. Yeah, Bo, same. Yep. I hope I get Bitcoin a lot cheaper. That sucks for people who are currently holding Bitcoin, but I would like it cheaper. You're welcome, my friend. Tell Sean hi. Good morning, Bobo. Let's get it. Casey, hi. Y'all ready to get started? Hi, good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and what I do here, there's a pop on the PCE data. What I do here is I kind of narrate all these economic data releases, and I go over indices, crypto, commodities, and movers and shakers of the day, and I try to get you ready for the trading day, share a little fundamental knowledge, share a little economic data, but most importantly, it's all about technical analysis, 99% of it. The other 1% is me showing Janet Jackson dancing pictures. So, nice pop. Let's go back to ES. Your next resistance on ES is up at 3786, 3786. We're waking up down 1%. Hang Seng was down 0.62% overnight, and the DAX is currently down 2.6%. So the DAX is down pretty heavily. If we were to catch up to the DAX, that would mean a lot more downside. And maybe this data can save us. That's some pretty good volume coming in here, but watch for a reversal. Your support on a reversal is 3769 and 3765. Yep, we talk about those tattoos, don't we? Absolutely, get it tattooed on your forehead. I use a lot of slang, and I went to my Twitter yesterday, and if you want to give me a follow on Twitter at ChartGalLori, I'd appreciate it, and you can check us out at chartguys.com. But there's an app that you can click, and it tells you where your followers are from, and 60% of the followers are from the US and Canada. 40% are from other countries. And that hit me yesterday because I realized I use so much slang and my accent sometimes gets thick. So I hope I don't lose people with some of my sayings. That's not my intention. I want to be clear because my goal here, I work for 3 hours every morning for this 25-minute show to get you ready for the trading day. I don't want to confuse you or for you not to be able to understand me. So that was a little eye-opening for me. I keep these notes. Let's see. I take these notes every morning, and when I'm done, I copy and paste them in the TCG chat room. If you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation. So I'm going to rip through about 25 charts in 25 minutes and hopefully prepare you for this trading day. All right, ES. So what I had on my chart, or what I have on my chart, is the golden pocket retrace. So from the swing low of June 17th to the swing high of last Friday, we have pulled back 65%. 65% since, well, I guess the overnight high is Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night high. So for the last 3.5 days, we've done nothing but pull back, and we're at the 65% retrace on the Fibonacci series. And that's just a general area, golden pocket, where typically we would see things reverse. So we have ES at the golden pocket, NASDAQ at the golden pocket, RTY at the golden pocket, And YM is just a little bit above. YM is just a little bit stronger than the other three sectors. So I'm going to take the Fibonacci off because it can make things really busy. And I have enough colors and lines on my charts, right? So the question is, can this bounce on this inflation data this morning help us put in a short-term low and make it be the daily higher low? We're looking for a daily higher low. Odds favor it on the daily. On the weekly, we don't necessarily have enough room for a higher low. So what could happen is we could put in a low here, bounce, get a lower high because we have not remained close enough to that local high in order to go take it out easily. When you pull back 65%, that's quite a feat to ask the bulls to go take that out in one fell swoop. There you go. There's another saying. Sorry, y'all. So a lower high is most likely on any bounce, and then will we go take out that weekly lower low? Possibly. We definitely don't necessarily have a guaranteed weekly higher low in play. A daily higher low is the more likely scenario. So let's see if this data can help us put it in. All right, so let's go to the hourly and get you some resistance. So your resistance is 3786. We just hit 3784 on that bounce. 3786 is your resistance, then up at 3834. Support is 3760. Then 3745 is your next support below that overnight low. 3745. 8 EMA is manhandling price. The 8 EMA is above price, and it has been since, what is that, for the last 48 hours? Yesterday morning. That's not 48. I can't do math. Yeah, about 48 hours. So we have just been consistently below the 8 EMA on the hourly. We need to change this hourly trend. In order to do so, we need a candle close above the 8 EMA and then get that high, higher low, and then take out that high and get a confirmed trend change. Jobless claims are out. Thank you, Judd. Appreciate it. Well, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. So NQ did get through that hourly resistance. So NQ showing a little bit more of a bounce here. And we're still below the 8 EMA. We want a candle close above the 8 EMA, and then we want to change the trend. Get that high, higher low, then that higher high. We need confirmed trend changes. If we open up and we start bouncing and we don't get a trend change, don't trust it. We know that how this happens all the time. It happens all the time. So this is when the market opens. You have this line of demarcation, and then you start bouncing right out the gate, and then no trend change, and then it'll go straight back down. So don't trust bulls without trend changes. I'll say that louder for the people in the back. Don't trust Don't trust bulls without trend changes. What a morning. I need more coffee, folks. Send more coffee, please. I'm saying it loud so maybe my husband will hear me upstairs. God, I need more coffee. Okay. RTY, 8 EMA is easily dominating price. Have resistance at 1705 and 1723. You have support at 1689. Your next support below that, 1678. Thank you, Diego. That's exactly what I needed. Exactly what I needed. MG saw up close and personal how high maintenance I am around my husband. It's pretty sad. Support 30577 on the Dow. And then below overnight low 30538. 30538. Resistance 30786. Okay, now that I've just thrown out some numbers and told you about the hourly EMA being overhead, let me just back up a little bit. I don't see a lot of hope for the bulls out there. If you look at the major asset classes, metal, crypto, technology stocks, consumer discretionary, things are getting thrown out the window. Again, if the house is on fire and you can only save a couple things besides your kids, you're going to grab your dollars. You're going to grab your dollars underneath your mattress and you're going to run out the door. And that's what's happening now, is people are just going straight for the dollar. And why wouldn't you? These Series I bonds are unbelievable interest rates. You can only do $10,000 per person per year, but even the Treasury bills, those T-bills, those 4-week T-bills, the interest is unbelievable. So if you have any cash sitting around, I would research treasurydirect.gov and see if there's anything there that you like, because right now, that's so much safer for me than the stock market in general. And that's what we see happening. The dollar is showing no signs of weakness whatsoever. And Tammy and I are yelling at it to sit down. You know what else is not sitting down? The VIX. The VIX is finally pulling back on that economic data boost. And we have plenty of room for hourly higher low. Plenty of room for hourly higher low. Of course, my dog is barking. Sister. So we have resistance over here at 30.24. So we hit 30.09. So got a little bit of a double top in that area. But typically we will see fear enter the market, boom, and then fade out just as fast. It's just not fading. The fear is coming in and staying. This is a different market. This is not your grandpappy's market. This is different. The VIX and the fear just keeps coming in and staying and just sitting around. We need it to leave the market. So we did get a double top with 30.24. We hit 30.09 on that reaction, and we've lost the 15-minute uptrend. So now on the next bounce, 15-minute lower highs more likely, and maybe we can get the VIX to sit down today with the dollar. Maybe we can put them in the corner together so the market can get a bounce going. I told you about the Hang Seng and the DAX. I believe, please confirm, I believe the DAX closes in Europe in general, the markets close at 9:30 a.m. my time, so that's 11:30 Eastern. And typically we see a little bounce, a little reprieve from that. So maybe add that, a little reminder. Say, okay, it's 11:30 Eastern. Europe markets are closing. Let's see if we can get a little bounce. If we're going to see a reversal, sometimes that makes for a good time to see that reversal. All right. Before we get into Bitcoin, let's look at a few of my notes. All right. Gold, I'll talk to you about that. And basically, there's just no hopium out there for me to sell to you. There isn't a lot of hopium out there. And I teased you this morning on Twitter with the profile, with my post. I said, let's talk about wine this morning. It's not too early. Well, actually, we are going to talk about wine. So I understand this is VinoVest. So this is a wine-centric website. So of course, it's going to say invest in wine during an inflation. But if you Google what sectors benefit from inflation, this is one of the first articles that pops up. And we know from history that in the World War I and II, when the market got hit, you had your beer brands that did really well because supposedly people are depressed and they're drinking wine and they're drinking beer. So wine is one of the sectors that benefits from inflation. So I said, okay, what's the top publicly traded wine companies? And we know within TCG, we talk about Constellation Brands a ton because they bought part or all of CGC, part of it maybe. So let's look at STZ. This chart doesn't look like the other charts. Look at that. So it looks like they have earnings, or they have earnings. They had earnings this morning. Okay, so they're down 2%. I would like an hourly oversold on Constellation Brands for a possible dip buy. So I just thought that was an interesting chart I wanted to show you. And of course, I love this just because the name is so cool. I like Duckhorn Wine. And Napa. Napa is the Duckhorn publicly traded company. And look at this chart. This doesn't look like the other charts we've been looking at, like tech companies like Apple. They're actually in uptrends. So just some interesting info. Other sectors that benefit from in inflation: real estate, which that may be questionable with high interest rates; energy, bonds, banks. Commodities aren't. Healthcare has been doing great this year, and of course, consumer staples, because they're defensive names and they typically have good dividends. All right, that was just some fun facts I want to throw out there for you. Gold. I have tried to find something constructive to say about metals and gold, and I can't. I can't find anything constructive happening in price action. It's got a good bounce this morning, actually, from where I saw it earlier. We broke this 1806, and now all we have left is 1785 on this monthly inside bar. So we're still inside last month's candle, which was May. So we have 1 day to hold this 1785, and this morning it was looking precariously close or dangerously close to that 1785 and breaking it. So we didn't break it. We hit 1802 and we bounced. So maybe this inflation data is helping. Yeah, look at that little double bottom. That's a tweezer bottom. We haven't talked about tweezer bottom or top in a while. Look at that. That is beautiful. A tweezer bottom is just another way of saying a double bottom, and you have these two syringes. Think of it like a needle. A syringe goes down into the supply below, and then the bulls buy it up. It syringes that liquidity and bounces. So your new support is 1802 hourly double bottom. That's pretty cool. And now you have enough room for a higher low. So let's see if this can get the metals going here. Whatever happened with this inflation data, if it gives them whatever they need. I'm selling the hopium right now, sir. Sir Wag-M. Here's the hopium I'm selling. This is it. This is literally do or die for the gold bulls at this moment. 1785 is the number to hold. Oil, I'm short. I'm not short, I'm tall, but I'm short oil. I'm somewhat tall. 114.05 was the high after inventory report, and then down she went. I shorted right after inventory here, and it really gave back a ton, an absolute ton. So we're still looking for lower highs on bounces. An hourly lower high is anticipated, and a 4-hour lower high is anticipated. We are in a 4-hour downtrend on oil now, and we've been watching for this daily lower high. So I started the week Monday saying potential bear flag on oil, and then it bounced through that 0.382 retrace, and it bounced high enough to negate the bear flag, and we have enough room for a daily higher low. However, we're in a 4-hour downtrend now. That daily lower high is set at 114.05. Nat gas looks like a daily bear flag. I posted in commodities yesterday that a top fish would be logical. I forget where I said that. Probably around in here. I'm not sure where I said it, but daily bear flag. And we have confirmed that we haven't confirmed the bear flag. We needed to take out the low, but we have confirmed this daily lower high at 6833. Now, will we set a daily higher low, or will we take out this local low down at 601? Apple. All right. Let me see what I said about Apple, because I don't remember saying anything good. Oh yeah, I had something I thought of this morning on Apple. So 182.94. If you were in the TCG chat room or in this pregame show, you heard me talk about the $3 trillion market cap ad nauseum, up at 183. 183 would have made Apple a $3 trillion company. We rejected at 182.94. And so when we have these huge market cap numbers or psychologically round numbers, but any number that it's widely known that people are talking about, it can serve as synthetic. And I like to use that word synthetic resistance, because it's not an actual resistance. There was no resistance up there at 183. There was an all-time high. It was a blue sky breakout. But that market cap acted as a synthetic resistance. So now I'm actually putting the reverse hat on. Could $2 trillion act as synthetic support? So we're now at, if you look where my arrow is down here in the far lower right corner, 2.253 trillion. That's where we are. Okay, so let's do it. That's about 10% below us would be 2 trillion. But let's make it even easier for me. 183 divided by 3 is 61. 61 times 2 is $122. So about at $122, Apple would be a $2 trillion company. So now that is my interim target for Apple. Am I going to short it with that in mind? No, that is not enough data in my mind or a reason. That's not a technical reason to short it down to 122. However, I will keep that in mind. Good morning. No, it doesn't sound bullish to me either. Okay, so anyway, that was just a side note on Apple I wanted to throw out there. We have plenty of room for a daily higher low, but the hourly is no longer oversold. So we're looking for a daily higher low compared to 129.04. And the hourly was oversold yesterday morning when we were talking. That bounce cooled everything off. So your resistance is 140.18 and 140.67. And look at this frown. Look at this hourly 50 MA. That is not a happy hourly 50 MA. As far as I'm concerned, 90% of the charts out there, bounces are for shorting. It would have to be a bearish ETF would mean, dips are for buying, but otherwise the majority of stocks, the larger stocks that we talk about day in, day out here, the high beta ones, bounces or for shorting on 90% of those charts. All right, let me pull it back down. Amazon has plenty of room for a daily higher low. Hourly is no longer oversold. That makes us in a more precarious position this morning because at least yesterday we had that hourly oversold going for us. Look right here. Now we don't. Bears have runway. That's not shorting in the hole basically. So over here, if I told y'all to short right at open, that's shorting in the hole because you're oversold. We're not oversold now. Bears have runway. Bounces are for shorting. 109.70. Hola. Okay. Now, Nvidia, this is one sad little chart. As we discussed yesterday, it had closer proximity to support than the other names. It did not have enough room for a daily higher low. We saw it take out that daily support and take out that weekly resistance. Now, I'm going to sell a little bit of hopium here. I mean, this would be the world's ugliest broadening formation if it were one, but this is a daily lower low. There's no support here. Hourly 8 EMA is just manhandling price. And we're no longer oversold now either. Bounces are for shorting until otherwise noted. Now, this name is more beat up than others. Look at the 4 hours, 33. Daily is 40. It's more beat up than others, but there's no reason down here to buy it. Your next support is way down at 13459. Somebody asked me about SOXL. Chris, to me, it's a guess. Chris, that's how I traded my first 4 years of trading. That's how I traded. Oh, well, this is extended to the downside. So I'm going to buy SOXL and I think it's going to bounce. What I think the market could give two craps about. It doesn't care what I think, nor will it perform to what I think. If we're out here playing probabilities based on what we think, that's a problem. We need to do our probabilities based on actual technical analysis. And what's the most likely scenario given current price action? And we have a lot of people in our room that trade against the trend so well, it's just mind-boggling how good they are, i.e. Charting Man Dan. He is one of the best counter-trend traders there are. The majority of folks who trade, you're much better off trading with the trend. The trend is down. So, I mean, I would have to say SOXS right now. Until the semis can show us something, if they get an hourly trend change to the upside. Okay, so that's how I'll answer your question. SMH, if we can get an hourly trend change to the upside, so get above 206.76, get a higher low, get a higher high, at that point, at this point right here, when it changes the trend at that location, that's where I would buy SOXL calls. Prove it to me with actual price action. As if we were playing poker, I would say, give me another card. Right now, I would be placing all of my chips going in with not one card on the table. If you can afford to wait to get another card, then wait, and we can. We can afford to get another card. Let's wait for another card, make them prove it to you. 1 hour trend change. And if you want to be more conservative, I want another card. I want 2 cards. I want that 4-hour trend change. So make them earn your money. Okay. Hit me. Yes. So Tesla's holding up a little better than everything else. But here's my thoughts on Tesla. And I'm sorry, I'm getting down in the fundamentals a little bit too much today. But I think it's pertinent right now to Tesla, NIO, and LI. If oil prices are coming in hot, meaning they're coming down, then what's the great draw for a Tesla? I mean, Tesla has had increased demand this year because of oil prices. I mean, people have been flocking to EVs. So what's the pull now? I mean, it's a pretty car. I love my Tesla. It's gorgeous. But, I mean, what's the draw? If oil prices are going down, so I think that's a headwind. I don't think that's a reason to short Tesla. I think it's a headwind, something to think about. However, Tesla is holding up much better than most. If the market could get a sustained bounce going, as long as we hold yesterday's low, it could be a good area to buy. Y'all are really asking for a lot of names this morning. I'm so sorry. I'm keep skipping so many of you, and I'm not doing it on purpose. Yeah, if y'all could hit the like button, that'd be great. Coin. If you've been in the TCG chat room, let's see. Coin unusual. Oh. I have been posting all of these coin puts. I mean, they have just been incredible. They have been flying in. I posted it last week, and Jay Fig, he got some week makers out of these. I have been posting coin puts over and over and over. Not me personally buying, but that the put, somebody is out there, a well, if you will, W-H-A-L-E, can't say that very well. I can't say that very W-E-L-L, but there is a put well out there buying coin puts hand over fist. So I actually did follow them on that trade with the July $45 puts. I still have those. I have those from over here, and they're in the green. I think bounces are for shorting with coin as long as Bitcoin remains so weak. The market is weak. Coin is for shorting, in my opinion. FANG, and this ain't Kramer's FANG. This is FANG oil and gas. It is slightly oversold. So with oil weakness, XLE weakness, I would like to short a bounce on FANG. And now I want to show you something. Lord, I went long again today and I'm still not done. Oh well. It is what it is. Okay, so I want to show y'all MOS. Do y'all remember this back in January with Ukraine? So February 24th was the Ukraine war right here. This is where Russia invaded Ukraine. Do y'all remember that? So this is a fertilizer company, and Ukraine is one of the largest producers of potash, P-O-T-A-S-H, for fertilizers. It went parabolic, absolutely parabolic for months. It came down, and then everyone's like, okay, is this the opportunity to buy the dip? It bounced, and then it rolled over. And we have done a full round trip back where we were. Now, does that mean we're going to do that with these oil and gas companies? No. It doesn't mean this is necessarily going to happen. But I would be remiss not to point out the similarities. Okay, do you see this? It had this little hump here. Push. Kind of like a head and shoulders, and then down, okay? Now, you got that in your head? Now look at FANG. Doesn't that look similar? Doesn't that look very similar? It's had a huge run since oil and energy has been flying. But these may be our new shorts to look at. Oh, you're welcome, Diego. So I think this is pretty important. I like to use that word imprint to get kind of stuck in our brain that, these oil and energy companies have been doing wonderful, but will they go up forever? No. Will oil go up forever? No. So this has a very similar pattern to MOS. So I would go back and study history a little bit on some of those charts and start comparing these oil and gas companies. And I like FANG for a short. LI, this is me going against the trend. We have so many gaps below. And this name is green this morning. I don't know what is going on with this company, but man, they keep buying it. I like it to short and top fish, but this is a highly risky counter trend trade looking to short against the high of pre-market 39.16. We went over stars. Oh man, they're really coming in now. I guess nobody likes beer anymore. That idea is off the table now. I didn't notice they had earnings when I put them on my list. And XOM bounces are for shorting. If we could get a little bear flag here on Exxon, I would like it to short. I can't short it down here with hourly oversold. I would wait for a bounce. Oh, you're welcome, Ken. I feel like I was really, really scattered this morning. So y'all's kind words are very nice. I appreciate it. LTY. Okay, there's no LTY. BNB USDT. Not bun. What am I? I got bun on the brain. Okay, BNB, potential hourly bear flag. You see it? You can see that for Mars. Look at this low bull volume on the bounce. So bear flag for now. If you're in short, I'd stay in short. There's no reason to cover. You broke this 211.20. You hit 205.40. Daily's not oversold. 4 hour is. So bounces up to the 8 EMA have been areas for shorting. So maybe if you're not short, wait for 8 EMA touch. I don't see any glimmers of hope at the moment. 15-minute, look at this perfect bear flag. So we recognize within TCG that when you have little tiny higher highs without a lot of follow through, either look for a rising wedge and or a bear flag on a higher time frame, which we just looked at in the hourly. Look at this tiny bull volume pushing up this price action. This is weak sauce. Ninjas only on LI. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you for the reminder. Yes, ninjas only. Good morning, Ross. How are you? I'm going to go over MO, and then Denzi is live in the chat room. Y'all hit that like button. Santa's watching. Okay, $41. As long as that is holding, that could be a bottom fish area. Those Juul cigarettes and the stuff that came out of White House last week really hurt this company. So bounces have been for shorting, and until that changes, that's how I would approach this chart. That's it for me. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notify button, bring a friend tomorrow. I will try to have an extra cup of coffee tomorrow. And my athletic greens, maybe that's what's missing this morning. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Use stop losses.